On today's show, we are getting ready for the Taxman. My name is Candace, and we will begin right now. Once a year, we enter the dreaded tax season as the government swoops in to take their perhaps more than fair share of your hard-earned income. Of course, being the savvy investors that we are, we have been preparing ourselves all year for a reckoning with the taxman or woman. Hopefully, you have utilized some of the tools, such as tax loss harvesting, to help mitigate the amount of cash leaving you for more governmental pastures. You still have your RRSP as an option, as your contributions within the first 60 days of the year can be used towards last year's income. That means in 2022, you have until March 1st, and then any further contributions will not help you until next year. Taxes will go a lot easier if you have all of your ducks in a row. And by ducks, I mean you have all the information and forms you are going to need to properly file your taxes. To begin with, let's talk about the deadlines for this year. Your return must be filed on or before April 30th, which is a Saturday by luck, so the CRA will consider your taxes on time if they receive them by May 2nd, or if you mailed them, they are postmarked on or before May 2nd. One big exception to this is that if you or your spouse or common law is self-employed, then the deadline is June 15th. If you owe taxes, they are also due on the same dates. Now, if you received CERB in 2020 and deferred payment of your taxes last year, that amount is also due on or before May 2nd. Now that we know the deadlines, our next big decision is how do we plan to file our taxes this year? There are many options. Some may opt to pick up the forms and fill them out manually. That is certainly valid, but presents a challenge that it is so easy to miss applying for credits that you are entitled to. In addition, if you are going to receive a refund, this method is the slowest way to get your money back from the government. Of course, if your taxes are super complicated, you may opt to hire an accountant or utilize a service like H&R Block. However, doing your taxes digitally is one of the best ways to go and tends to get your returns back faster, and most of the online programs are very good at helping you not miss any credits that you may be entitled to. There are many of these programs you can use, like UFile, and my favorite, Wealthsimple Tax. Last year I went with Wealthsimple Tax and I was impressed at the easy-to-use interface, and we'll be using them again this year. We will be doing a video on Wealthsimple Tax in the very near future. No matter how you decide to file your taxes in the end, there is still a lot of ducks left that we need to line up. There are forms you are going to need, as well as the information for filling out some of them. Being an investor does add extra paperwork to the mix. The first thing we need to talk about is the T4 slip. I am sure you have all received these ones in the past. They are simply a basic income statement issued from employers. There are also T4A slips, which cover pensions, retirement, and annuity, OAS, CPP, and those CRB payments. We also have the T4E, which covers employment insurance. There is also a T4 RIF, which covers income from a registered retirement income fund. Finally, there is also a T4 RSP, which is income from an RRSP. We will also, as investors, need our T5 slips. A T5 slip is a statement of income investment. There is also a T5007, which has nothing to do with James Bond. This is a statement of benefits like workers' compensation or social assistance. We need a T5008, which is a statement of securities transactions. There is the T5013 for partnership income and the T5018 for contract payments. There are a few other ones like the T3, which is a statement of income trust allocations. Those of you who remember that mess with EIT, if you had that in your personal account, you'll be getting one of those. There is a T2202 for tuition enrollment certificates, T1204 for government contracts, the RC62 for universal child care benefits, RC210 working income tax benefit advance payments. Wow, there are a lot of different slips, and some of them are very specific and do not apply to most of us. But just in case they apply to a few of you, they are worth mentioning. A lot of these slips will be available for you on the CRA website. If you do not have access to the CRA website, sign up now. Seriously, it will make tracking down slips a lot easier for you. When it comes to your investments, your broker will provide you with the necessary tax slips for your investments. These are usually available in early March, though often too late to contribute more to your RRSP if you need to mitigate more income. It is a good idea to track your investments all year so you know before the deadlines what amount you may need to put into your RRSP, especially if you're close to lowering your income below another tax bracket. Where things get more complicated is when we look at our crypto and NFT investments. Luckily, most exchanges will provide you with CSV, Common Separated Value documents, so you can see your moves for the year. However, it can get very complicated very fast if you have been moving crypto from one exchange to another. The reason for this is that it can get easy to confuse your adjusted cost base, which makes it more complicated when you do sell your asset. Also, if you've been trading a lot, you also have to worry about whether your gains constitute a capital gain or a business gain. We will look at that in a future video. For now, we just want to collect all the information on our digital asset. You should have documentation as to the date of every transaction, receipts for purchase or transfer of your crypto, the value in Canadian dollars at the time of the transaction, wallet addresses, description of the transaction, and exchange records. In some cases, you may not have access to all of this information, but the more you can provide, the better. Keep in mind, we will do the exact same thing for an NFT, though there tends to be less moving and the capital gains tend to be clearer as you don't have to worry about an adjusted cost base. For crypto, there are programs out there that you can use to do most of the grunt work for you. Coinly is one of those programs. They allow you to connect to your various exchanges and they will pull the information together and do the calculations for you. Wealthsimple Tax has also added this capability, and I am looking forward to linking my exchanges to Wealthsimple this year. Another thing about Wealthsimple Tax is that they charge whatever you want to pay, including free. Okay, so there is a lot of collecting to do, and you still have lots of time. We will be adding a lot of tax content on this channel as we move closer and into tax time. We will break this down for you all along the way. If you are interested in taxes or other finance-related topics, then hit that subscribe button below as you smash on the like button so more people get to see my content. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care, and I will bid you a fond adieu.